Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today was Tuesday the 14th. It was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning fairly early. Wasn't too bad. The dogs were kind of making a little noise and stuff and needed to get outside, so I got them out. I got them all taken care of, and everything seems to be going pretty good with the dogs. I got the one pointer that has decided she wants to be like super aggressive towards other dogs. Anytime there's like a toy, a ball, a stick hanging around, like she'll bring it to you, want you to throw it, and like she'll put it down, the dog will be laying right there. She'll run up, she'll put the ball down. Then the dog even like turns its head to like look at her. Doesn't get up, doesn't go after the ball, nothing. She like goes after the dog like she's trying to attack the dog. So she's having to be separated from the dogs, unfortunately, a lot. She's being basically kind of quarantined to one part of the yard, and then when the other dogs, I put them up, then I get her out there, and we basically play a ton of fetch and just really wear her ass out, and then kind of quarantine her to one part of the yard again, where she still sees everything, she has access to stuff, but other dogs can get away from her where she can't get away from them. Basically, kind of thing, she's kind of over there, and they can go visit her if they want to. They want to go say hi, they want to hang out near her, but they're not, because she's being such a shithead, you know. So unfortunately, she's just kind of off in the corner watching everybody else, and it is what it is. So yeah, got a few things done this morning. Got up, had to take my father-in-law to the doctor, so I had a dog getting dropped off, and they were going to drop off like 8:30 kind of thing. I'm like, hey, can we make it closer to 8, because I have taken my father-in-law to the doctor, and they're like, yeah, absolutely. So they showed up about 8:03, I think it was, dropped the dog off, and they were just going to Disney, I believe, for the day. So they went ahead, and everything was good there. I told them I was going to take the dog with me. The doctor was like, no, she's fine. Just leave her home. If she's big, if she's pain in the butt, put her in the crate. She stays in the crate at different times. I'm like, no, I'm going to take her with me. She goes, and they're like, no, she doesn't like car rides. I'm like, she doesn't do good on car rides. I'm like, what do you mean she don't do good on car rides? Like, is she like really bad? Like, she gets sick? And they goes, oh no, she just whines and cries the whole time because she believes she's going to the dog park and she's not. And I'm like, ow, I don't care about that shit. Like, that's no problem. So I'm like, I just don't want her, it feels weird to have somebody, you know, pay me to watch their dog and then stick it in a crate. Like, that seems stupid. So went ahead, they got there, dropped the dog off, got the dogs outside, let them all sniff each other and stuff, let them all play a little bit. Came time to take my father-in-law to the doctor, got myself a soda and a bottle of water, and basically a couple cigars, because you gotta have that too. Not knowing if it was gonna be a 5-minute appointment or a 5-hour appointment. I assumed it was gonna be the shorter, the way it sounded. So drove up there, is, I don't know, 25 minutes or so up there. Dog was awesome. Like, we got the dog in the truck first. My father-in-law got in. She was all excited about trying to get to him, to sniff him and stuff. Once they got the seatbelt on, they got a good sniff. He petted her a couple times, and then she laid down the back seat floorboard there, because I took all my seats and stuff out the back, and all I have was like a memory foam mattress back there for dogs, and just crashed out there to the point that I did keep reaching back and like looking at her like, you sure you're right? She was just back there just sleeping, just looking at her all, getting petted and stuff, give me a little sniff every now and then, and just absolutely having the time of her life, like absolutely loving it. So got there, dropped him off to the doctor's, went and found a spot to park in the shade, kind of facing the road so I could see some traffic instead of looking at a blank building. And probably should have parked in the sun because it was actually a little chilly. So sat there, hung out, smoked a little more cigar, and basically it wasn't that long. She just sat back, chilled out, awesome. Didn't get out of the truck because we weren't gonna be that long, and hadn't been in the truck very long. So we just sat there and hung out in the truck. She got some good pets in, got a good belly rubbing, and then he got back down to the doctor's appointment, came over, threw him back in the truck, headed home. He didn't need to go anywhere else, so crashed out the house, got rid of him. And then when I got him out, he wanted to pet her outside the truck. And then this dog wants to just jump on everybody when she's on the ground. It's just awful. When she's on the ground, you rush her. So I kind of tried a little bit. I finally got her in the sit position. Got her to, you know, get a few pets and stuff in. Then I headed back home. Got the dogs all out. Got the pointers out. Got them played with. And then basically kept them separated, unfortunately. But the puppy pointer is doing phenomenally well. So the puppy pointer chilled out and has been playing with everybody really, really good. I've been doing a little digging, doing puppy stuff, stealing some stuff, chewing on some plants, and killing my flowers and whatnot. But that's kind of the expected of puppies, so kind of is what it is. But yeah, they were hanging out, had a good time. Decided to go for my run, so got the pointers in the crates because they just can't be trusted. So I got them in the crates, went and got my run in, got myself a nice little run on. The other dogs were getting along splendid. Sky and Zoe had been playing amazing. Normally Zoe is really bad about, she only was to play with one dog at a time. She got attacked really bad from behind at a dog park while she was playing with the dog. and it freaked her out. So now if there's more than one dog at the dog park, she usually just sits next to the owners and doesn't play, because when there's just her and another dog, she'll play all the time. But we had 2 dogs loose today and playing, plus her, so 3 technically. And she was playing a little bit. The puppy wasn't paying too much attention, but the puppy came up, started playing with him, and she kept playing with the puppy. And I don't know if it's because it's a young puppy or what. So went ahead, like, that's pretty good. So everybody was getting a good playing in. I was having a great time, got my run in, got my shower. It's time for dinner. Had another dog getting dropped off. So I ended up having leftover sandwiches. Or no, not leftover, first time sandwiches. So I was like, what do we have for leftovers tonight? But yeah, we had first time mom made sandwiches tonight. Ate some of that. Ended up making too much on my plate, which happens sometimes. I just not been hungry the last few days. I don't know what it is, but I know I need to eat something. So I ate some more, and then I was like, it's too much. So I threw a little bit away, which I hate doing, but I just couldn't bring myself to eat it anymore. It was destroying my brain to eat any more of that. So had a client come and drop the dog off. So got the dogs put up so I could get the dog in. Everything went good. She's a little bit more timid than I remember at the meet and greet. She didn't mind Bruce at all. She seemed to be doing pretty good. Everything was funky and everything was having a good time. And then went ahead and said hell with it. Got the dogs out. So I just kind of left her. She got outside a little bit, played with the dogs. Not really too concerned. Stayed inside with my wife and my mother. Hung out there with them. And then kind of back and forth a couple different times as we were going. Gabe back home. Zoe went back home. It was just a daycare stay. And then I got Zoe again Friday, I believe it is. But Zoe went back home, which then changed the energy in the house a little bit, because then it wasn't Zoe and Sky playing quite so rough, which then allowed the new arrival to be a little more comfortable. She got a little more out of her cell and was kind of being a little more open to us. So she was hanging out, having a good time there. And then from that, ended up back outside in the evening, basically smoking my cigar, printing some stuff on the printer, and just all around having a good time. Had a print that I thought was gonna go faster than it did. So I was out there, it was getting time to go to bed. Getting time to go inside. I was gonna have some chips and dip. And I was like, I'm gonna head inside for a little bit. And I told myself, told my wife also, I said, remind me to go check that 3D printer and start a new print before I go to bed when I put my chip dip up. Went and put chip dip up and stuff, and she didn't remind me. But luckily, I remembered before I got back into bed. So went and restarted a new print and let it run all night. We'll see how it does in the morning. But it's one of those things where it kind of feels a little bit dumb. I hate doing that because when it does screw up, and it screws up once in a while, I'm just wasting filament. But when I can let it run for 5-6 hours and not watch it, it just saves a lot of time. That I'd rather waste a little filament than lose all that time. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.